Hello, children. Welcome you all to ninth Standard English class. Today, I'll be continuing the lesson, The Storyteller, written by H. Munro. In the previous class, Bachelor had started narrating a story of a girl called Bertha, who was horribly good. Horrible with goodness made children more attentive about the story. Bachelor also told about her three medals for punctuality, obedience, and good behavior, which she pinned on her dress, and they clinked against one another as she walked. Today, I'll be continuing from point number 34. Please follow as I read, children. Everybody talked about her goodness, and the prince of the country got to hear about it. And it said that as she was so very good, she might be allowed once a week to walk in his park, which was just outside the town. It was a beautiful park, and no children were ever allowed in it. So it was a great honor for Bertha to be allowed to go there. Were there any sheep in the park? Demanded Cyril. No, said the bachelor. There were no sheep. Why weren't there any sheep? Came the inevitable question arising out of that answer. The aunt permitted herself a smile which might almost have been described as a grin. There was no sheep in the park, said the bachelor, because the prince's mother had once had a dream that her son would be either be killed by a sheep or else by a clock falling on him. For this reason, the prince never kept a sheep in his park or a clock in his palace. The aunt suppressed a gasp of admiration. As everyone was talking about her goodness, Prince also came to know about her and permitted Bertha to visit his park once in a week. It was a beautiful park. No children were allowed, and it was a great honor for Bertha. Cyril interrupted with his question. Were there any sheep? Bachelor said no. He asked why. Aunt was having a broad smile on her face, for Cyril had asked such a question. But Bachelor calmly replies that there were no sheep because Prince's mother had dreamt that a son would either be killed by a sheep or else by a clock falling on him. For this reason, there were no sheep in the park or a clock in his palace. Aunt was surprised by the way Bachelor had answered. Was the prince killed by a sheep or by a clock? Asked Cyril. He is still alive, so we can't tell whether the dream will come true, said the bachelor unconcernedly. Anyway, there were no sheep in the park, but there were lots of little pigs running all over the place. What color were they? Black with the white faces, white with the black spots, black all over, grey with the white patches, and some were white all over. The storyteller paused and let a full idea in the park's treasures sink into the children's imagination. Then he resumed. Bertha was rather sorry to find that there were no flowers in the park. She had promised her aunts, with the tears in her eyes, that she would not pick any of the kind Prince flowers, and she had meant to keep her promise. So, of course, it made her feel silly to find that there were no flowers to pick. Cyril comes up with another doubt that was the prince killed by a sheep or by a clock? Bachelor says that he is still alive. There were no sheep, but there were lots of pigs running all over the place. Children were eager to know the color of the pigs. Bachelor started describing pigs, that it was black with the white faces, white with the black spots, black all over, grey with the white patches, and some white all over. Storyteller paused so that children could have an imagination of the park's treasures. Bachelor continued the story. Bertha was feeling very sorry that there were no flowers in the park because she had promised her aunt that she would never pick any flowers. But here to her surprise, there were no flowers at all in the park. Why weren't there any flowers? Because the pigs had eaten them all, said the bachelor promptly. The gardeners had told the prince that you couldn't have pigs and flowers. So he decided to have pigs and no flowers. There was a murmur of approval at the excellence of the prince's decision. So many people would have decided the other way. There were lots of other delightful things in the park. There were ponds with a gold and blue and green fish in them, and trees with a beautiful parrot that said clever things at a moment's notice, and hummingbirds that hummed all the popular tunes of the day. Bertha walked up and down and enjoyed herself immensely, and thought to herself, if I were not so extraordinarily good, I should not have been allowed to come into this beautiful park and enjoy all that there was to be seen in it. And the three medals clinked against one another as she walked and helped to remind her how very good she really was. Just then, an enormous wolf came prowling into the park to see if it could catch a fat little pig for its supper. Cyril asked why there weren't any flowers in the garden. Bachelor said pigs had eaten them all. Gardeners had told the prince that he could not have flowers and pigs, for which the prince wanted to have pigs rather than flowers. Children were very much impressed by such a rare decision. Bachelor continued to explain the beauty of the park, which consisted variety of fishes, beautiful parrots, hummingbirds, etc. Bertha, walking in the park, felt very proud of getting an opportunity to enjoy in the park for her work of her goodness. Just then, an enormous wolf comes into the park in search of its supper. I'll continue the story in the next class, children. Assignment of the day. First one, how did the prince of the country honor Bertha? Second, which color pigs were in the park? Thank you, children. Have a good day.